Do you ever have one of those days when you wake up naked in your neighbor's flower bed covered in coyote semen? Wait, that's not right. Let's take that over again. Do you ever have one of those days where you saw a certain news headline and you were seized with an overpowering, nay, downright insatiable urge to break into a rousing chorus of Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead? Or is that just me that happens to? So, as much of a somber duty as this is, as much as it gives me no pleasure at all to open the new year with a big, fat, delicious I told you so. I kind of told you so. I told you fine people some weeks ago that Claudine Gay was doomed, that her position at Harvard was untenable, that there would continue to be new plagiarism charges on a once or twice weekly basis, and that it was all over except the Harvard Board of Regents deciding just how many billions of dollars they were willing to lose and how much possibly irreparable damage they were willing to see done to the brand of their institution before they got around to doing the academic thing, no pun intended, and cutting bait on the wacky woke president who basically plagiarized her entire academic career and also happens to sparkly heart ethnic genocide. So for those fans keeping score at home, Claudine Gay finishes as the shortest tenured president in the history of Harvard, that august institution, just barely squeezing past the 6-month mark before being forced to resign in scandal and disgrace. I, for one, thought she still had one strategic avenue that was potentially open to her, which is saying a lot when you're a black woman named Gay. It's rather like winning the intersectional genetic lottery, but still, she could have taken the route, if she had really wanted it, of escalating the whole thing to a new level by cutting off her own leg and accusing her critics of attacking the disabled. But she opted not to go that route and chose instead to depart with just as much dignity as possible. Oh wait, she didn't do that. She actually issued the most long-winded, most impossibly self-righteous, most cartoonishly, shockingly hubristic statement that I think I've ever read from someone who is resigning in disgrace for egregious professional misconduct. Is there any trace of an apology here, or contrition, or even anything resembling basic self-awareness? No, there is not. It's almost like a window directly into the diseased mind of an untalented, unexceptional woman who's been habituated by her society into the belief that she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, to whomever she likes, and as long as she mouths the correct opinions, she is guaranteed continued upward mobility and fabulous material wealth to boot. And the Harvard regents might think they're off the hook now, that they can just ride out whatever is left of this storm and not have to face any difficult questions over what's taking place here. But I'm afraid that dog just ain't gonna hunt, fellas, because you all still need to explain to a whole lot of interested people what possessed you to hire a university president who was so eminently, spectacularly unqualified and unfit for purpose that she didn't even make it to the 200-day mark without burning down the reputation of your institution in a way that might not be fully recoverable for the next 50 or 100 years. It seems like the first thing one might do, and I don't have a fancy Harvard degree, so please bear with my flyover country ignorance here, that when you're considering a prospective university president, you might want to investigate her academic credentials for 5 minutes? And I don't know, make sure she's not a rabid Jew-hating serial plagiarist? Because if an independent journalist like Chris Rufo can find 50 or 60 brazenly obvious cases of plagiarism by this woman, I'm guessing the Harvard regents probably had that same information available to them, and they simply didn't wish to look at it. A black woman named Gay? Are you kidding me? It's like an intersectional 7-10 split. We can't not hire this chick. But I want to read out a couple of passages from this very, very insufferably long statement from Dr. Gay, and I was particularly interested with the way she opened it. Quote, "Dear members of the Harvard community, now is the winter of our discontent. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit." I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Now here come the real quotes. Quote, "It is a singular honor to be a member of this university, which has been my home and my inspiration for most of my professional career. My deep sense of connection to Harvard and its people has made it all the more painful to witness the tensions and divisions that have riven our community in recent months, weakening the bonds of trust and reciprocity that should be our sources of strength and support in times of crisis. Amidst all of this, it has been distressing to have doubt cast on my commitments to confronting hate and to upholding scholarly rigor, two bedrock values that are fundamental to who I am, and frightening to be subjected to personal attacks and threats fueled by racial animus. End quote. And so there you go. There it is. She doesn't get to the end of paragraph 2 without playing the "I'm a victim of the white patriarchy" card, because of course she doesn't. Because yeah, Claudine, it's been really difficult for you to get a fair break in this country, hasn't it? You and Kamala both. So much oppression by the damn white patriarchy. What the hell do I know anyway? Maybe I'm just threatened by strong, powerful women of color who don't need no man for nothing. Just like Jasmine from Harmony Unleashed, who, despite being a creation of our AI robot overlords, is a more genuine human being than Claudine Gay ever will be. Jim Eagle, hit the music if you please, you magnificent son of a bitch.